What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion, and this is the Motomillion Streetfighter V4. Unfortunately, this is the final ride. Guys, I hate to be somber about it, but it is the final ride for the Motomillion Streetfighter V4. If you watch the story about the Motomillion Streetfighter V4, how it ended up here, we did mention that we are making room for one more motorcycle at Motomillion. I'm not going to mention what it is. You guys will see it very shortly. But if you want to take a guess to what it is, put them in the comments down below. But I wanted to take this opportunity to show you guys the beautiful Motomillion Streetfighter V4, to show you guys some of the most striking upgrades that we've done on this bike to deserve the title of being the Motomillion Streetfighter V4. And then I'm going to jump on the bike, take it to Ducati Miami, where it will be offered for sale. And I urge you guys, if you guys are visiting Miami or happen to be a local, to go check out the bike at Ducati Miami, because it is cliche, but I'm telling you guys, the videos, the pictures does no justice. This is such a striking motorcycle. It's such a beauty, and to me it's so Ducati the way that it sits. And some of the most memorable things for me are the wheels, because if you guys watch the story of the Motomillion Streetfighter V4, we told you guys where the inspiration for this look came from. It's some of the old classic Ducatis that are out there, but these Marchesini forged magnesium wheels, I think, are just amazing, and they're in that gold color. They suit this bike just perfectly. And the other thing is it's loaded with parts, guys. It's that Motomillion subtlety, right? I always mention it on the walkarounds and some of the videos that we look at this bike. It could come out of the factory like this because it's not some crazy shouty bike. It's a Ducati, it's red after all, but we got rid of all the dull black plastics. Everything is carbon fiber, and some of the subtle things that I really like are these beautiful custom forks. These are custom anodized black forks, and if you look at the fork legs, they're just machine perfection. They're just a sculpture piece, and everything that you could think of has been touched. All of this area has been cleaned up. The only stock part here is the handlebar itself. Everything else is new. And something else that, I'm going to say it, I might upset some of you guys, but a Ducati is a Ducati with a dry clutch, guys. It's got that dry clutch on there as well. And it's time to take it for its final ride. I'll tell you guys my last impressions that I have of this motorcycle, and will be offered for sale at Ducati Miami for some of you guys to see it. But I know before I take off, let's hear it, because that exhaust is also another piece of this bike that makes it roar like a Ducati, guys. So yeah guys, this is going to be the final ride. Let me gear up, jump on this thing, and let's take it for a spin. So this is it, guys. This is the final ride. And if you watch the videos where I talk about this bike, or I talk about Ducatis in general, there is such a sense of occasion when you ride these things. It's crazy, and it's hard to describe it, right? Because it's something that's not really tangible. But seriously, when you get on a bike like this, it's ear to ear grinning, even though you're not doing anything. I'm just technically commuting from here, wherever we are, to Ducati Miami. And today is a really windy day, guys. I don't know if you guys can tell how fast the clouds are moving. So there's two hurricanes off the coast of southern Florida. One is on the Gulf side and one is on the Atlantic side. And luckily, neither are headed this way. But it is a little windy out there right now, but it does give us some good sunshine as well, because it pulls away all of the moist weather away from us. Getting back to this thing, oh my goodness, when I look down, it looks like it's such a special bike. I see that Ducati red, reminds me of where this road is coming from, but the Streetfighter V4 is so comfortable. This is by far, I think, the best street bike you could get. Something that you want, that is a lot of fun to ride, and you have this character that you get from nothing else that's out there, especially once you put an exhaust and a dry clutch on these things. Sound check. Even at this speed, it's so stable for what you do, you know. You're not doing anything stupid or crazy, but I'm not gonna lie, the lack of the front fairing is a little bit of an issue on a Street Fighter when you're doing this. But if you're gonna jump on the highway for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it's not a big deal. It's not the most pleasant riding situation to be in, but it definitely is not the worst either. If you guys noticed, the service light is on this bike, so we are going to get it serviced at Ducati Miami before it is sold as well. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna miss this thing, guys. I'm definitely gonna miss this thing. This is too special. A stock Street Fighter V4 or even a Street Fighter SP is very cool, yes, but just a few things you do, you know, you don't have to go crazy like what we did on this, but just an exhaust, a flash, and maybe a little bit of bits here and there to give it that special look. Man, this is, I don't remember the last time I jumped on a bike and I was this happy about it. Don't get me wrong, the stuff that we have, like the SP2 and the M1000RR, they're a lot of fun, but this is, I think this is the most fun one that we have for this type of riding. Just hear it scream. And the brakes are so confidence inspiring. You touch it and it just grips and brakes. And even with this suspension, yes, it's got a race inspired Olin's fork and the TTX GP rear shock. It's stiffer than the stock non-S suspension, but it definitely isn't too stiff that it's, you know, it's too jarring on the road where there's some bumps or some joints on the bridges, the expansion joints. Oh my god, guys, I don't know, this happens often to me that we try to let a machine go and I ride it or I see it and I'm like, I can't do this. It's one of those moments that I'm almost about to turn it around and say, I can't do this, guys, because this is really, really fun. This is really special. It's got 1,370 odd miles on it. It's way too little for 2 years of ownership, guys. I hope the next person really gets to enjoy this beauty. You know, you can look at it when it's in your garage at home, but definitely if you get to ride it, you're going to get addicted. I just wish I had more time to enjoy these beauties, guys, but it is what it is. A little bit of dry clutch sound. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but this is so cool. The noise itself is fantastic. If you want to go on an urban assault and go through the traffic in downtown, it's just fantastic, guys. I don't know, I'm kind of lost for words because I'm a little sad that this is happening. It's official. It's I try to put it off as much as possible and not get rid of this bike, but I think it's a shame that it doesn't get ridden, and somebody really needs to enjoy this thing. And let's not forget, we're making room for one more motorcycle, guys. I'm not saying what it is. You guys have to stay tuned to see what it is. It's not very, I don't know, it's not very Motomillion in terms of the type of bikes that we deal with, but I'll give you that hint. But it is going to be a very Motomillion bike, and it's very fitting to what we do. imagine, I haven't taken this thing to the track, but on track, this thing would be just a monster machine. Especially for people like us that we're no pro riders. For an average or even someone even above average skill level, this thing would be just deadly on the track. Maybe not so pleasant if you're on a track that's very high speeds because of the wind that comes in front of you, but I think I can't even fault this thing. It's not even hot, guys. It's what? It's 90 something degrees outside. Right now, ambient air is 93 degrees outside. And I know a lot of people complain about the heat on the Ducatis, but it's not present at all on the Streetfighter V4. And that counter-rotating crankshaft probably has something to do with it for it being so agile, especially once the revs are up. But this is amazing. Yes, I know for some of you guys this is a high price point to pay to get into something this special, but man, if you have the means to pick up one of these things and if you like riding, don't miss out on it, guys. Go on a test ride. Ducati does plenty of Ducati days where they have test rides on your dealerships. Probably you might be a little underwhelmed without the exhaust because I think the sound is a big part of the experience, but I've ridden a lot of bikes, and in this exact same setting I can't think of one of them that I could say was this perfect for the job. And the dry clutch is not grabby at all. You know, it's really civilized. And if you're gonna come and say it doesn't have heated grips nor cruise control, I know you're a BMW guy, but who cares? Well, especially in South Florida, I don't care about heated grips, but even if I was somewhere up north, the way I see it is that if you need heated grips, if it's that cold, your tires, especially these special tires that are on these things, you're probably asking for trouble because those tires are not going to be happy in cold weather. At least if it's cold enough that you need heated grips. But some might argue that Ducatis have heated seats, guys. No other bike has it. I could tell you guys, we didn't buy a Streetfighter V4 obviously because we have one, but I could see ourselves buying another Streetfighter V4, to be honest, because this is very hard to match. The sense of occasion, unlike anything that's out there. This is so cool. This is so cool. If you're someone who buys stuff to enjoy it for yourself, that you want to have that, you know, it's the special feeling. This is it. Here's our local BMW dealership. Shout out to them, BMW Motorcycles of Miami. But we're headed to Ducati Miami now. I don't know if you hear it, guys. Every time I shift, it pops, it bangs. It sounds just fantastic. I guess this is probably the curviest road that I've been in recent time too. Look at this. But yeah, guys, I think this ride is coming to an end, and this is the final ride. This thing is absolutely amazing, and I'm telling you guys, it's nothing like it out there. Just when I look down, even just seeing the carbon, the red, the special Olden suspension with this blue peaking on top, the whole handlebar setup here, just takes my breath away. And I'm so happy and feel so privileged to have been involved in this project and to have experienced this, guys. And I don't know. And I thank you for all your support, guys. Over the years, you guys have really stepped it up. That you guys like our videos, with your comments, with your phone calls, that all the positive things you guys tell me and my staff at Motomillion. I really thank you guys. And this is it. The final last few feet in this Ducati Miami, where it's going to be displayed inside. Oh, and look, there's another Streetfighter V4. But yeah guys, this was the final ride. Really sad to see this thing. We finally really offered for sale, but if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time guys, have a good one.